Okay folks, I'm going to take you around my 3D model for proposed design for the year 2050 towards making an ecological center. Basically, we're looking towards making Ritakatu by the year 2050 an ecological sustainable area in Tampere. So I came up with this sort of quick idea, and of course you don't expect so much within a short time frame. This is just a project work that was handed down during the regional, or should I say, during a course that is titled Principle of Zoning and Mapping. So this is a freehand assignment which is given to each student to actually come up with an idea of what they think Tampere should be like in that section area. So this is what I thought that would be the basic idea of what I see Tampere probably look like in that part of Ritakatu, not the whole of Tampere. Of course, I couldn't go further because when you talk about a city-wide scope development project, we'll be looking at a much wider area, and that cannot be done within a short limited time. So this was the survey that was actually carried out for a small section of the city, pretty much close to the town school. And I'll just take you through the various phases of my design, and possibly you can actually give an evaluation of what you think about the whole idea. So this is the hospital here at this section. I'm going to zoom down to actually get you closer to see. And so this is the behind. My computer is a little bit slow, so you would cope with the visual movement. And here's the hospital, there's the helicopter, and green stands for life there. As you could notice, around the hospital building, what you actually have here within my cursor is to indicate solar panels, integrated solar systems, and that is adapting a comprehensive use of solar energy, making an absolute advantage of the fact that the sunlight energy can be trapped and used for sustainable means. And usually when people build sections in homes and hospitals and stuff like that, especially glass house buildings, we often don't look at the possibility of generating energy from this open spaces that are provided for or provided by the glasses we put in the building. So what I've actually thought about is to integrate sort of solar collecting systems into the glass buildings, and that takes the shape of integrated photovoltaics, and that is what you have installed. I'll take you a little bit closer. That's basically the idea. It's not installed yet, but that is supposed to be the concept. So taking you through the scope, you can actually get the overall idea. And here you can actually see how advantage it's going to what tremendous advantage in terms of collecting solar energy, and this could be converted to useful energy. Part of the future development research is to take the energy possibility to a much greater level, like what you have in space stations, where you combine use of solar collectors with fuel cells to actually make huge amount of energy. And that is what I'm trying to imbibe in my design. And we could look at a future of absolute use of the great amount of energy being brought in by the sun. Here you have the games village, and I'm going to take you around. It's basically tennis katu. From my perspective, that means tennis, and it means a tennis street, but it might not necessarily indicate that. But I thought that since it carries the connotation of a sports center, and there is the golf course which is pretty close to the area, I thought about incorporating various sport facility centers around that place. And here you could see the various tennis courts, which are basically for leisure purposes and for the local residences around. There is an ice hockey hall, Finland being much ice hockey accomplished country, and with the fact that it has won before various championship in the hockey leagues and hockey championships worldwide. So here here is the games village and the studios where broadcasts can be done. I put it in this way that it can be made as a conference center, not a typical studio building, much more like a Finnish conservative form of creating this leisure kind of incorporated buildings. And so here you have houses that possibly could have saunas inside. It is also for coverage of events and all the studio broadcasts within and outside the sports facilities. You could also have the local residents there, and also the games manager could actually live close to the facility. Here you have it's a sort of two-way system. It has an irrigation system. It also has the possibility to generate biogas potentials, and this is a sort of leeway possibility that creates more advantage in terms of using green energy sources. Here you have also solar collectors that actually collect electricity that could also be powered, that can power the facilities around or underground this unit, in terms of providing lightings and stuff like that for the facility. So there is no need for extra energy source within the national grid. And also this could also provide energy to the national grid as well when the capacity there is high enough, and could also have the possibility of excess. This idea is basically for the future, that is also creating different hospital units with a similar structure to the hospital unit that I have here. And the main idea is for expansion purposes. This is the central hospital for the city, and these are sub-central or could you say other special centers as well. And these are local residents for our practicing doctors, and these are residents for specialist doctors. The idea is to sort of not separate, but make this proximity and this kind of intertwingling within professionals. So the distance between this hospital to the specialist center, specialist residence for the doctors, is about 100 meters. Depends on where you're looking at from, but basically from the main field itself to the main entrance within this two distance is just 100 meters. And so when doctors actually live close to the hospital, it creates more advantage for quick response, emergency response, quick move towards office. I think people should actually live close to their workplace. This would reduce the possibility of creating greenhouse effect as a result of long distance transportation, and the fact that they are able to walk is a sort of advantage. So in that way they are reducing the burden of CO2 emissions and all the greenhouse gases as a result of transportation and things like that. There could be more we could actually see. If you want to go deeper down, I could take you in. I'm about to close. These two little things you find here are just found in the waters, just to add beauty to the environment. The water has also a very interesting functionality. That is when there is a sort of turbine, a little turbine that lightens up the environment, and it could also have the possibility of creating heat at certain time during the winter time, so that there could be the possibility of having constant flow of this water. That's what my fear is, that there could be the possibility of having steam within the environment, and I don't know, could it be good, could it not be good? You never know, never try, but of course it's worth the experiment to see the effect. Usually, like in Finland, you have temperatures going as low as below 30 degrees, and how hot water would react in that sort of environment could be very interesting. But I think that when you take, for example, cities like Reykjavik that has geothermal possibilities, and of course when temperatures go really low, the cities are sort of warm, not typical cold winters you have there. So sort of this kind of warm effect that it creates to the environment, and within the surrounding cold areas might probably be affected, that there is the possibility of melting water, melting ice from time to time within that place. But let's see, it could also be the create a possibility of lighting for not winter times, when people can actually sit close to these fountains and just chill. But yeah. So forget about the exotic colors. I like the fact that there could be Ferraris in Finland, but I don't know, it's just my taste. But I hope that I don't get like excessive criticism from that. So here we are. Here is my idea of stem cell. I don't want to make the video so heavy, but I could just show you a quick look of so for more videos as well, I could actually take a few more videos just to indicate or to show more about this design intricacies and a deeper aspect of the whole design idea. I hope that I've been able to satisfy your curiosity about my project, and I hope that this gives you an idea of my view as an environmental engineer and as also a civil engineer as well for the future. Civil and environmental engineering student, as it is supposed to be. And of course, looking at the future of creating a sustainable city, an ecological model. Not just eco, but eco into dimensions, ecological and economical. Thank you.